I'm here with my man James, and we've just witnessed, how can I put it? Well, it's easy work, light work, smoke. What adjective? You're good with words. How would you describe it?
No, I don't know if I am good with words, because when the third went in, if you go watch it back, you'll probably on AFTV Extra or whatever on the watch along, I was laughing. Like, I started absolutely just, I didn't know what to do. I started cackling because we were 3-0 up. Like, 2 of the goals we didn't even see properly. The game was so easy. When we got the first goal on the 4th or 5th minute, we should have been 3-0 up already, because we'd had one roll across goal that Havertz didn't get on the end of. We had a shot that hit the crossbar from Saka. And the thing was, right, a lot of people getting on to me on Twitter, and I get it. I did a video on my channel, and I was on Twitter saying, I don't know if there's going to be... I feel a bit nervous about this game. I don't know why. And that's partly the title race, City, Liverpool, the levels that they perform at. I just... Maybe I need to watch more football. I didn't think Sheffield United were this bad. And we were that good, I will say that. But they were horrible. Absolutely awful. And I'm not trying to... Because you know what I won't do? Yeah? I won't be that fan that goes, I'll relegate them. They don't deserve to be here. They did their thing last season.
They're doing a good job of that themselves.
But like, people said that about Luton earlier in the season, and they did their thing last season. They deserve to be here. And I know they've got other off-field issues as well. So I'm never going to be like that. But I really was surprised how uncompetitive they were. They started getting competitive when they left a few kicks and did a few shirt grabs just to almost try let Arsenal feel like they were there. So that's all I'll say on Sheffield. I know they've got a lot going on and whatever, but they were poor. I thought they'd be in a better shape. You said it yourself at the start of the game. They went out with a 4-3-3. I should have listened to you more when you said that, because you said it and I went, yeah, I don't really think much of it, but you're right. Like, it's so brave stupid, that's the word. Very stupid to do that, because
foolhardy, I would say.
You leave gaps when you've got a back four. You're leaving gaps for the runners of Declan Rice. What does he do? He underlaps, and there's no one picking up Erdegaard. That's your 2 central midfielders doing the work in the penalty area. And you're not even worrying about the strikers and the wingers in that situation for the first goal. So really poor from Sheffield United's part. On Arsenal's part, unbelievable. And we know we can play some great football. We've seen that in 2024. We saw that last season at times. We've built that momentum, and we're really riding into that now, which is great. I just love the focus. Arsenal, that 4th goal from Kai Havertz from 3-0 up comes from Martinelli and Havertz putting immense pressure on the centre-back to lose the ball, create a turnover, and Havertz, really good finish. I thought he was great, by the way. We'll talk about him in a sec. But that's just focus, hard work, commitment. And again, we said in the watch-along at the start, I said, whether Arsenal have a tough time tonight or not, I'm not going to question their focus. I think this group have earned that kind of trust. But now they're earning that trust that I think City fans have in their team, which is, if we're meant to destroy a team, we will destroy them. And I haven't known an Arsenal team in the 20 years in the 18 years or so that I've followed Arsenal. I've not known a team to do that. I've known an Arsenal team to sometimes batter a team, sometimes throw a little bit of a shock result in there, sometimes be 4-0 up and draw 4-4. So I'm getting accustomed to a proper side here.
It's interesting because we used to be known by the song 1-0 to the Arsenal. I think they should change that now to 5 or 6-0 to the Arsenal, because we are just blowing teams away. Are we a little bit concerned? I know maybe concerned's not the right word, but what's the term when you just go and smash certain teams 5-6, and when you come up against a good team, it might not turn out so well? There's a phrase for that. It'll come to mind soon.
Complacent, or no, I don't know.
There's a phrase in the back of my head, but yeah, I'm just a little bit worried that the expectation will be built up so highly that it's a bit like, when you...
I thought that was going to be the case for today's game. I thought because when we beat Newcastle, people were saying, what on earth are we going to do Sheffield United? I thought, I don't know if football works like this. It is at the moment. Sometimes your eyes don't lie to you. Arsenal are scoring lots of goals, playing some great football. They're a much better team than Sheffield United. That proved today. But for what it's worth, I always thought we were going to win. Yeah. I just didn't know it would be wrapped up within 20 minutes, which it was, 15 minutes, I think.
To me, it was wrapped up in 5 minutes. Because, like you said, we nearly scored two times before Odegaard scored in the 5th minute. Mm-hmm. Once that went in, any slither of remaining confidence that Sheffield United would have had just absolutely evaporated. And really and truly, I've got to be honest, and I know this sounds very churlish to say this, I was almost disappointed it was only 6, because honestly, 6-0 did not flatter them at all. I think that could have been 8 or 9. Yeah,
no, easily. Like we said, it could have been 3-0 before we got the first goal, and that was in the 5th minute. So yeah, it could have been more. But I actually kind of respect Arsenal. They got the 6th, great. And then I think, Jesus had a chance. He definitely should have scored. And there were a few other moments. But at that point, Arsenal weren't trying to score with every attack. I think there was a degree of, let's bet in, the players have just come back. We don't need this to be a back and forth, end-to-end, really scrappy, high-intensity games for the likes of Thomas Partey. Fabio Vieira's had surgery. Jesus has been in and out of the team all season with injuries. So I think maybe there was something a little bit more...
Well, they're in comfort zone. I mean, you looked at the manager on the bench, and he was probably the least animated I've seen all season, because you
wouldn't know with him, man. I've seen him 6-0 up against West Ham on the touchline, sort of looking all pensive. So you never know with Arteta.
But let's talk about some of the main players. Let me ask you straight up. I know who I think, and I said it on the watch along. But you've obviously got your own opinions. Man of the match today?
This is so difficult when you're playing this well. Like, you're only playing this well because lots of players are at it. I sort of think when you're a good team but not an amazing team, there's sometimes that star player that comes through. I could give... It won't be Saka because he only played 45 minutes, but I thought he was great. Yes. Ødegaard ran everything. Jorginho's give it, go, give it, go, give it, go. That brilliant ball over the top for Havertz, who touched to Ben White. I thought Declan Rice was superb. Goal and an assist. He could easily be it. Martinelli, because I thought he was causing them real problems. This might be an unpopular one. I think I might give it to Kai Havertz. And I don't think he was, in the first 20 minutes, as involved as everyone else. But I thought, really good hold-up play for Martinelli's goal, where he kind of uses his body and then plays a lovely ball inside. Then he gets his goal, which he takes really well. Like, we were saying that it's a sign of confidence that he didn't look for a pass or cut inside, try right back to someone. He just went and hit it. Jesus should have done that with his chance. And then he gets the assist for Ben White with a lovely touch from a ball over the top, drag it inside and then roll it into Ben White. So you could say he had a massive part to playing 3 goals.
I must say, I hear you. I would have gone Ødegaard, but it's interesting because I gave Havertz man of the match in the previous game. I thought he was very good again today. Talking to Havertz, do you think he's finally now putting everything else to rest? Like the fans are giving him a bit of a hard time, and we spoke on the watch along. We said that he can be a polarising figure. But the last 2 or 3 games, he's really stood up, he's scoring goals, and he's looking like an established member of the team now. Do you think from now on he's going to just go through and show everybody what a good player he can be?
I really hope so. Arteta backs this guy so much. So of course, we as fans, we back him. Like whether people rate him or not, we all back him in the you're an Arsenal player, so we want you to do really well perspective. I can't explain, and I want to see if I can do it on Tactical Insight. And I'll go into the comments of this video, and if anyone thinks they can explain it, if they agree with me, if they don't, fair enough. But if they can, let me know. I just think with Kai Havertz, he looks a striker. When I look at him up front, he looks made for that position. Not as a 30-goal-a-season bagsman, not saying that. Just he plays that position with an assuredness and a conviction that I don't quite see from midfield. And even when he's playing midfield, he's also often running forward into those striking positions. I like the idea of Rice, Ødegaard, Jorginho, or if it's Partey, or if it's Vieira, whoever it is, popping off between them, 3-man midfield controlling, and Havertz using his movement where movement is most appreciated, and it is as a striker in that front line. And I do think he's a decent finisher. I do think he gets in good areas. So I'd want him playing up front, Kai Havertz. But yes, I said after West Ham and Burnley in those games, he was looking like he was fitting into the team, and that the team, whether he was playing as an 8 or 9 out of 10 was debatable, but I felt the team it all felt like they understood each other. And
I agree with you. He's definitely arrived now. He's definitely a big part of things going forward. And fair play to him because he didn't make the best of starts. People questioned him. I was one of them. I'm not going to shirk away from that.
No, me too.
I said certain things that were not the most flattering. But you know what? Fair play to him. He's doing his thing, and long may it continue. Now, I just want to wind this up by we've seen Liverpool, we've seen City, and now we've played today. We won resoundingly within 2 points of Liverpool. I guess my question to you is, from what you're seeing of Arsenal, do you still believe, is this giving you reason to believe that we can go on and win that title in May? Or do you think City are favourites and Liverpool? Or how do you have it?
I have it as City slightly above us, who are slightly above Liverpool. I see that as the 3. I said Arsenal beginning of the season. I changed my mind when City started ticking, De Bruyne came back or whatever. But we can. We really can do it. Really believe we can. I think last season it was belief with hope. And when you're 5 points ahead, you feel like, well, I've got to believe. But we're 2 points behind. I really believe we can do it.
And for the Brentford game, just, going ahead a few days' time, you're confident, right?
I have to be now, because I didn't have the amount of confidence people wanted for this one. Now they're all getting on to me. So, yeah, of course.